Hey, what's going on, Pats Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Cans Pats Talk Patriots podcast. I'm here tonight, man. Gonna go ahead and recap week 3 of the NFL, man. Go through a few of the games. We picked up on the Jets game on Friday when I did have a special guest with New York Jets situation report. Make sure you go check that out on YouTube. It's out right now. Please go check that out, man. Those numbers are getting big there. But just want to pick up with the Jets game, man. Week 3, as you know, if you're a Patriots fan, we did not play on Sunday. So, we played last Thursday, so we got a long layoff. I'm going to get into the San Francisco 49er game in a little bit. But picking up on the Jets game, a lot of aftermath coming out from that game, especially from last night, watching the Washington Commanders, and they just played against the Cincinnati Bengals, sending Cincinnati to 0-3, and look at how Jaden Daniels looked last night. So, that's a lot of on a lot of Patriots fans' mind right now is, did they pick the right guy? Should they have gotten Jaden Daniels instead of Drake May? We won those 2 extra games last year against the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So it kind of looked like if we was picking number 2, from what I'm hearing from my people, we probably would have drafted Jaden Daniels. Probably took Jaden Daniels in that game. In that draft. So that would have been if you. So then you would have to lose. Keep in mind we did lose to Washington. Washington beat us, but we still would have had to get a number 3 overall pick. And so I think that's crazy how I feel like the draft position would have ranked. And then they did something called strength of schedule, whatnot. So the strength of schedule for the Commanders was better than the Patriots. So that's how Washington picked 2 and the New England Patriots picked 3. But I do think that if we had to go back on the draft, I think we probably would have picked Jaden Daniels. A lot of people think the same thing, that's how it would have went. And we probably would have picked that Jaden Daniels. So just a quick little recap on week 3. Jaden Daniels looked real good. He's a real deal. Now keep in mind he's an older prospect than Drake May. He's 24 years old, I believe. So he's a couple years older than Drake May. Drake May just turned 22 in August. So he's younger prospect. He didn't play a lot in college. They only played 2 seasons, probably one full season and half of his sophomore year. Jaden Daniels been in college. He's at Arizona State, and then he went to LSU, so he has more playing time than Drake May does have. So and then I look at the situation. You got Washington, they got Terry McLaurin. I think the offensive line was probably one of the worst ones last year. They didn't do much this offseason to improve that. So I still think they got a bottom ranked offensive line. But Jaden Daniels, he got more wheels than what Drake May does. Drake May can move out the pocket, but not like how Jaden Daniels can move out the pocket. So that's another reason why I think Jaden looked good. Then look at the offensive coordinator. They got Cliff Kingsbury. We still have we got Alex Van Pelt, who I really like as a coordinator. Did some good jobs and did some good things in Cleveland. But the Browns don't have the talent. The Patriots don't have the talent that the Browns had, and that's where Van Pelt come from. They don't have nowhere near the talent that the Cleveland Browns have. The offensive line, running back, wide receiver, you got Mari Cooper. So basically, it's a rebuild offense that Alex Van Pelt is dealing with the Patriots. So I think that's probably another reason why we haven't really seen the offense open up like it should be. The offensive line is a mess right now. And look at Washington offense. Washington offensive line that good, but if you see that game last night, Jaden Daniels had all day in the pocket. He had all day to do whatever he wanted to do in the pocket. He has a number 1 wide receiver, something the Patriots do not have. I think, you can see last night their offensive line is better. Their line is better than what the Patriots are currently working with. No, we do got a few injuries on the offensive line right now. I think, just the offense coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury, you see what he did with Kyler Murray was in Arizona. Then he went to college, he had Caleb Williams. Now he has Jaden Daniels. The common theme is he's had quarterbacks that can move or whatnot. So that's why Cliff Kingsbury, that's why Jaden Daniels is looking good in Washington right now. I think he has 2 touchdowns, 1 interception right now. He's done most of his work on the ground, but as you can see last night, he can throw the ball too. And he doesn't have the biggest arm, but it got there last night. He looked real good. I think outside Terry McLaurin, they don't really have much. They got McLaurin. They traded Jahan Dotson to Philadelphia. I don't know who else they really have out. They don't really Zach Ertz. He played with the Eagles a few years back, but he's kind of up there in age. I think with Jaden Daniels, the fact that he can move around the pocket a lot more, it helps them out tremendously. And that's why he looked good last night. I know you probably gonna hear a lot of fan reaction about, and this is mainly sports talk right here. When one player looks good, the next day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna see a lot of them saying, well, maybe they should have took this guy. I don't look at it that way. I don't think that's what really happened. I think we got the right guy in Drake May, but like I said, according to some of the people that I've been hearing, is if they would have had to go back, then they probably would have drafted Jaden Daniels. And then that's logical thinking because you got the number 2 overall pick. And I think Daniels is a better overall prospect than May still raw, but I feel like I think we got the right guy in Drake May. I feel we got the right one, Drake May. He just isn't ready yet, and that's good because you got to realize where you are a team. You're still a rebuilding team. So with the way the offensive line looks right now, I don't know if I would throw Drake May out there right now with the way the offensive line look. I think City Sal, he came at the practice yesterday. Caden Wallace, we drafted him to be a right tackle. Well, yeah, right tackle, but he was playing left tackle against the Jets, which I'm about to get into that game here in a second. Michael Winu, he's at right tackle. So I think he's more so of a guard. Coach Strange, a starting guard, he's hurt. So the only steady man you got right now is probably David Andrews. Leighton Robinson, he's a rookie. He's a rookie out of he's a rookie. Leighton Robinson's a rookie. You got City Sal, he's coming back. So you got two young guards. So then you got I just think like you can't just throw May out there like it is right now, man. If me personally, if we're gonna play him, I wouldn't play him till later on the season, when you're probably not gonna make the playoffs anyway. Play him later on in December. Then you got like 2 games against Buffalo. You can throw him in there then. But right now, and Jacoby said he's running for his life. I'm watching the game against the Jets. I don't know if he's going to last too much longer. I don't know. I mean, you look at the game when he played against Cincinnati. He was slow picking himself up off the ground. Then we went to Seattle and played against Seattle. Seattle came in New England. Now he's slow picking himself off the ground. Then I don't think it's going to last too much longer. In the NFL, man, those hits can come. They can come real quickly. I don't think Jacoby said it's going to last too much longer. I think we got San Francisco this Sunday. I'm about to get into that game here shortly. I feel like with the offensive line, I think we can beat San Francisco. I really do. It might seem crazy, but I think we can go. Well, I ain't gonna say beat. I think we can make it interesting. If y'all just checking in, make sure y'all hit that like button on YouTube, on Facebook, share the content on y'all on YouTube. Give me the thumbs up, leave a comment, share the content. I really appreciate it. But on the San Francisco, I think I'm about to get into that's gonna be an interesting matchup. They're dealing with a lot of injuries. They got a lot of injuries going on right now. I think George Kittle might not play. He's dealing with a hamstring. He didn't play the other day against the Rams. And I can't believe the Rams came back and won that game. That was crazy. They lost to the Vikings. Lost to the Vikings a couple weeks ago. So now they coming off of, so now we're getting an angry San Francisco 49er team. The same traditional team. And also Brock Purdy's dealing with some injuries. He got a back injury. Back soreness, they say he's dealing with right now. So we're dealing with an angry San Francisco 49er team that we going to their house. I don't think they want to lose 3 straight. I don't think they want their 3rd straight loss to come to the New England Patriots. But here is a route for us to win the game. They lost the defense. Hargrave. Hargrave's out for I think he tore his patella tendon or torn Achilles or something like that. One of their best run defenders, Jonathan Hargrave, comes from the Eagles. He's out. He's out for the year. They still got Fred Warner. Then they still got the safety. Travaris Ward to be back. Bosa, he's going to be there. But they got a lot of injuries. They still got Trent was offense. They have a lot of injuries, man. Deebo Samuel's not going to be the McCaffrey's out. I think I don't think Brent Ayuk's gotten in game shape yet. George Kittle, they say he's dealing with a hamstring. They say he might be back, but I think even if he's back, those hamstring injuries can linger on. So they might even hold him out this week. We'll get the practice report to tomorrow. So I think this match I think the Patriots are healthier and they're fresher. And then 49ers coming out of Tula. I did not think they would lose to Minnesota a couple weeks ago at Minnesota. I didn't think that was going to happen. I did not see them losing to Minnesota. And then the round, they had control of that round. Brock Purdy threw 3 touchdowns. I don't know how they lost that game. I think they had a few turnovers there in the end. I know the Rams had a punt return back to midfield. And Stafford, he looked real good against that defense. They got a lot of injuries. 49ers are going in. They're going in about the same direction as the Patriots. They're not as bad as the Patriots, but they're trending downward right now. They've been struggling the past couple weeks. They looked good Monday night against the Jets a couple weeks ago, which seems like forever. But they're struggling. They're reeling right now. And I think now is the best time to get them. Now they are coming off 2 straight losses, as I just said. But I think I like the matchups. I think we can be able to run the ball on them. When they lost with their best defense defender on the defensive line, I think we'll be able to run the ball against them. Passing, we're not a passing team, so we can't really pass right now. Can't say too much right there. But I think that defense can be had. And Brock Purdy, I think he's a pretty good quarterback. But I think he's been dealt a crazy hand because look at the talent he got around him. You got Brent Ayuk, wide receiver. You got Deebo, McCaffrey, Kittle. You got all the talent. He's going to look real good. He's been looking good. But now, like 3/4 of his lineup is going to be taken out. No McCaffrey, probably no Kittle, and Deebo's going to be out for a couple more weeks. So I think there's a good chance we can go in there to San Francisco And I'm not saying we're gonna win it, but I think it's gonna be. I think the line right now is 10 points. I think they got San Francisco winning by at least 10. That's the line right now. But as you know, that can fluctuate throughout the week or whatnot. That can change. It can go up, go down. I think it's a good chance we can get them a good fight. We can give them a good run for their money. And if it's a close game, who knows what can happen? We saw how we did in Cincinnati. Everybody picked the Bengals to win that game, and I mean I know that win seemed like forever ago. And it doesn't look much right now because the Bengals have. I mean they lost this week, then they lost to Kansas City, and they just lost last night to Washington. So I know that win does not look much right now. Look like a lot right now because the Bengals in the early season struggles. But I feel like San Francisco, this is the perfect time. Them coming off too, I think we can go in there and make it very interesting. Jacoby Brissett, he's done a good job not turning the ball over. Now he's not leading the way. Like, how can I say? He's not turning the ball over, but he isn't making the layups. He's not making the plays either. Back to the Jets game, he had pressure in his face the whole game. The moment he did have a good pocket, he missed Austin Hooper wide open. If we make that play, maybe we're seeing a different tone right now. Maybe we win that game. I mean, yeah, the defense was bad, but I think the game might look a little closer if the drive continues to be extended. So I think, Jacoby said he has to make the easy one. We're not going to get that many plays like that. Yeah, I mean, it's like we're not going to get that many layups right there. And I think Brissett has struggled to make those plays. Yeah, it's fine that he's not turning the ball over, but at the same time, is he winning the game for you? And I don't think he's doing that right. He's not winning the game. So I think that's another reason why Drake May, he's probably going to start soon. And rumors is he's probably going to be next week against Miami. Miami doesn't have Tua. They got a lot of stuff going on there, a lot of injuries, and he'll be a home debut for Drake. I'm not reporting that, but I'm thinking that's probably when it's going to be. And I think it's probably the perfect time to start him. Going up against a team like that, Miami, who's rather they're another team dealing with injuries. But keep in mind, if we somehow pull up an upset and beat the 49ers this coming Sunday, then you got Miami next. I know you're asking for a lot. You're kind of dreaming a little bit. But if you beat San Francisco Sunday, you get to 2-2. Next week, you're home for Miami. Could be Drake May's first home. You win that game, you're 3-2. Then I think we got the Texans after that. I think it's Houston after that. You're looking at, the tide the tide can kind of turn a little bit. You can start to kind of see your way because you're 3-2 by the second quarter of the way from the season. You look real good. If you told me we'd be 3-2 within the first 6 or 7 games, first 5 games, I'd be like, "No, you crazy. There's no way that's gonna happen." So it's possible if things go our way. But 49, I think Brock Purdy will play Sunday. He's dealing with back, so he said he's day to day. I think he'll play. I think it's just something sore they're gonna monitor. Probably won't practice a lot this week. George Kittle, I don't know. And like I said, even if Kittle does play, I don't think he'd be 100% dealing with that hammy. But so now you're looking at a matchup with Christian Gonzalez going up against Brandon Ayuk. Don't forget about Jawan Jennings. He had 2-3 touchdowns this past Sunday against the Rams. He's a third. You don't really look at him as a top-notch guy, but he can make some plays. You see, he had 2-3 touchdowns this past week against the Rams. And it is a Rams. I think the Patriots defense is a little better than the Rams defense. The Rams defense is real young. Our defense is young too, but the Rams defense, they lost Donald, and I haven't really seen them do much this year. I've seen the Rams play against Detroit week 1. Other than I haven't really seen them play. I feel like our defense is a lot better than them. Now, with us losing Jawan Bentley and Christian Barmore, I think kind of evens it out a little bit for San Francisco. It evens up a little bit because they want to run the ball. Jordan Mason's been running the ball hard. He's been running hard, good back for them. And you put anybody in that Kyle Shanahan system, man, they're going to go. They run that West Coast game, they're going to look real good. And that's how it looks right now for the 49ers. You can just throw anybody back there, and they're running the heck out that rock. But I think it's a good matchup. We're going to get into it deeper the rest of the week, but I think it's a good matchup for us, man. Coming off remember we played last Thursday, so we had 10 days off. So we should be freshened up and ready to go against San Francisco. But like I said, we're getting an angry team. And based on how we looked against the Jets, I didn't like that. That was a bad performance. I actually thought the game went about how I thought it was going to go. I knew it was going to be tough to go in. Before when the schedule came, I said we're probably going to lose that game against the Jets. I said we're going to lose that game against the Jets. There's no way that's Rodgers' first game since he tore his Achilles last year. There's no way you're going in there and you're going to beat them that night. And that place was rocking. And the game went. And I knew after Jelani Tavai got the penalty, I think he threw Breece Hall down. got a necessary reference penalty. I knew after then it's probably your chance of winning that game was slim. That place was rocking. Then on offense, we couldn't even block nobody. Couldn't get nothing going on the offensive side of the ball. Defense was on the field for a lot. The tackling was bad. Aaron Rodgers looked like Green Bay Aaron Rodgers. He did. He looked like Green Bay Aaron Rodgers. So I think, man, you combine all that. I was like, there's no way. Let's just get out of the game healthy. And I think we had a couple. The whole offensive line was basically hurt. I think LaMichael Jordan got hurt. Who else got hurt? Caden Wallace was hurt. We had a bunch of injuries that game. So now you got to get back up after been a few days, after been off for a few to get ready for a San Francisco 49 teams coming off 2 straight losses to the Vikings and the Rams. But last but not least, on that Jets game, that was probably the worst game. I think it's probably the worst one we're probably going to play this year. Now, I knew that game was coming on a short week because for the simple fact of rookie head coach, new GM, new head coach, new OC. There's a lot of newness, so I don't think they were prepared. And then we had beaten the Jets 15 straight times, I think, or something. No, they beat us last year for Belichick's last game, but we hadn't lost at MetLife Stadium since 2015. So I kind of figure something has to end. That's what they brought Rodgers in for, to win those games like that. If you can't beat a Patriots team that's rebuilding, then you're not going to do much. So I kind of, with all that playing into it, I was like, there's no way we was going to win that game against the Jets and New York. That place is rocking. Rodgers' first game there since he tore his Achilles. I'm like, there's no way you win that game. And it went about how I thought it was going to go, man. I knew by the second quarter, I said that you're not winning the game. I think they went up 14-3. Now, surprisingly, the score doesn't indicate how bad the game really was. I think it was like a 30. It felt like a 45-3 game, but it was only 24-3. Defense made a couple of starts, but I don't think the Jets, they won't really trying to do too much. The mismatch I thought about, because I figured the Gonzo would be able to hold his own against Garrett Wilson, which he did. He gave up a touchdown. But, I think Garrett Wilson had, 5 catches for 30-something yards, something like that? I think he had 5. Yeah, 5 catches. He didn't do anything crazy. He caught the touchdown. That was Aaron Rodgers. I think Gonzo went for the pass deflection. If he went for the pick, probably got it. But Rodgers made a perfect throw. Mike Williams, that was a mismatch. I had a feeling Mike Williams on Jonathan Jones would have been a mismatch. I had a feeling that's what it was. Then you had Allen Lazard. So basically, they're 2 and 3 wide receivers, and then Conklin, the tight end, they're 2 and 3 wide receivers. Was what really killed us. Y'all just checking to hit that like button on YouTube. I appreciate the like button on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, share the content and like the video. But on YouTube, give me that thumbs up, man. I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Give me that subscribe. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment too if you can. But I feel like there's no way you're gonna beat that Jets team, man. And I think the Jets, if they stay healthy, they're gonna be a pretty hard out. They're probably gonna win the AFC East if they stay healthy. But based on how Buffalo looked last night, who knows about that? Because it's early, but the Bills are 3-0. They got Baltimore Sunday, and the Jets go to Denver. Well, it might be Denver might go to the Jets, one of them. But that's gonna be a tough one. I think Denver's playing they play good. I didn't think they'd beat Tampa Bay the other day. So that's gonna be an interesting matchup there. I didn't think they'd beat Tampa Bay, and they went down there and did it. Couldn't wait to see the matchup between Pat Surtain, Garrett Wilson, and then you got to see how the corners of Denver match up with the rest of the Jets wide receivers. Breece Hall, they ran pretty good against us. I don't have the numbers right here. Braylon Allen, they got a 2-headed running game with Braylon Allen and Breece Hall. Both of those guys, they ran the ball pretty well on us. And you can see the absence for Juwan Bentley. You can feel it, man. There's no Raekwon McMillan struggled with missed tackles in that game. So that was a big struggle, man. I think the middle of the field was wide open. And Aaron Rodgers attacked it, and that's how they won. That's how they won the game. Of course, Aaron Rodgers, and he went back. I feel he'd probably make a couple throws that game, and he did. He made a couple throws to win the game. So it was a good game for the Jets or whatnot. And hey, now we're on to the San Francisco 49ers. Now I'm gonna have a special guest coming on Friday. Probably Friday. I'll keep you up. Probably have a special guest on Friday. Break down this 49ers game. But just kind of open on it, just say a few things, man. I think it's gonna be a tough game for us. But I feel like I would be worried a lot more if they were healthy. I would think if they were healthy, they probably would beat us worse than what the Jets did to us. But the good part of they're not gonna have a lot of people. McCaffrey's out with an ankle injury. Debo's not gonna be there. Kittle probably won't be there. And then you got they starting quarterback Brock Purdy dealing with back sore. So he's probably not gonna be there. Well, Brock Purdy probably gonna play, but I don't know what to expect for them. So, like I said, they're coming off 2 losses. We're coming off an embarrassing loss. So, how does Mayo get this team? How does Coach Gerard Mayo get this team up to get them prepared for a Super extended team and San Francisco 49ers? So you see how things look on a short week coming off the overtime loss to Seattle. We went to New York and got blown out. So now how does Mayo respond? It's an opportunity for him to respond. How does Mayo respond to that coming off an embarrassing loss? And now you got to go into a hostile environment, playing a Super Bowl contending team in the San Francisco 49ers. So how does the team bounce back? What mental state are they in? Are they ready for this matchup, the challenge? Because hey, believe it or not, we win this game against San Francisco. You got 2 wins against teams that have Super Bowl aspirations, and the Bengals and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I don't care about how the Bengals look. The Bengals are they're 0-3 team, but still, you beat them. Nobody picked you to win that game, and nobody picked you to win that game, and you somehow won the game. Now, it was ugly. You're not scoring a lot of points, but you was able to pull that game off. Now, can you do that against San Francisco? I don't know. San Francisco's a different animal, man. And like I said, they're not going to be healthy. They're not going to be healthy. So I think even if you do win the game, you're going to have people saying, well, you beat 2 teams that weren't healthy and wasn't all there. Yeah, you can say that. But at the same time, I feel like the Niners are a tougher team than Cincinnati because we know what San Francisco is. Cincinnati still got some questions. We kind of know what the San Francisco 49ers are. And a lot of people probably going to still pick them even if without their injury, even without the injuries that they have. A lot of people still going to pick the 49ers to win the game. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, man. First 4 o'clock game. Then it's the only 4 o'clock game we got this year. So, man, it's going to be an interesting matchup. To the Jacoby Brissett and Drake May, of course, I think they're doing right now by not playing them because the offensive line's a mess. So you can't throw them out there like that right now. I think they're doing the right thing by not playing them. You can't play them right now behind that shaky offensive line. The worst thing you can do is have his confidence get shaken by all the work they put into. Now, I think Albert Breer came out and said that they're going. He's probably going to play here soon, and like I said earlier, it's probably going to be next week against Miami. But Brissett's not killing the team. He's not winning the games, but he's not killing it either. So I mean, there ain't really much you can do if he's not really doing that. But you got to ask yourself if you're playing San Francisco Sunday, it's a 13-20 game, 10-point game, touchdown game. You got to ask yourself if you had another quarterback and if you had Drake May in there, would it have made a difference in a 1-score game or whatnot? Because if 49ers not, if Jacoby Brissett is going to take you to the promised land, you can't just come in there just because you're playing mistake-free football. You got to do more than that. He's not turning the ball up. He's getting sacked. He's been sacked probably about 11 times already. He's been hit a bunch of times. He's not turning the ball up, but he's not making the key play. So that's where you kind of got to draw that line and say, okay, you're going to bank on the upside of Drake May because it's going to be Drake May team in the future. It's just a matter of time, whether it's by injury or whether it's by play by Jacoby Brissett. I don't think it's going to last too much longer. I mean, I watched the Seattle game. He was I think the defensive end, I think Boye Mafe from Seattle, he hit him a couple of times. He was getting up. Cincinnati, the first game of the year, he was struggling getting up. Last week against the Jets put a whooping on him. He was, I mean, he seems like he's barely hanging on to get up off the ground. So I feel like it's just a matter. I don't think he's going to take too many more of those hits. I can't see it. I'm gonna give it a couple more games, but I don't think he's gonna take too much more of those, man. And the ways that they're coming, and I mean, you don't want to see May get out there and get tortured, get hit like that. But I think May gives you the best chance to win. But I do like how they're handled it because if it was up to me, I wouldn't play him until about late December when you're at a playoff race. You're not really playing for nothing. You're playing to develop the team, develop some playmakers, see what you got going into the 2025 season. That's when I would play him. Because he got to play some point this year because you got to know what you got going in 2025. If he doesn't play all year, you're not going to know what you have in him. It's basically like a red shirt season for him. Next year will be his red shirt year. It's basically what you're looking at. Well, this year would be a red shirt year. Next year he'd be like a freshman or whatnot. So you got to see what you got in him. That's why I said like him coming in to mop up duty. Yeah, it's a good experience, but I mean he's not going to really, we didn't see much from him last Thursday. We didn't see much. He made a couple of throws. You still see he got footwork problems. Almost got picked off on the first play, but you didn't really see much from that. So I think you got to weigh all the options and whatnot. And like I said, we're 1-2 right now, looking at probably 1-3 or possibly 2-2. Hopefully, we're on the better side at being 2-2. But I feel like he's got to play this year at some point because if you're selling to free agents to come to New England. You got to sell to them, hey, we got a quarterback. we got the coaches here. So I think that they're not going to come unless you have that for them to look at. And nobody's going to come. So I think if you can hold on 1 second. If you can get them to see what they have in Drake May, you got something there. I really think you can do something there. Let's see. They have to know what you have at quarterback. Nobody's going to come, and if they do come, you have to overpay them to come. I mean, nobody's going to come out there like that if you're not going to pay. You're going to have to overpay for them to come to your team. So right now you got to pay the sub tax. You're not a good team, so you have to pay that for them to come to play for your team. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens, man. We gotta we are like almost a second quarter way through the season, and you look sitting there right now. You're looking at your 1-2 team, so it's not a lot of excitement going on. So I feel like if you want fans to be excited, you want something to look forward to for the rest of the season. Then going into the offseason, you got to play May at some point. I kind of see it from both sides of the spectrum. A lot of people don't want him to play because he can get hurt behind the offensive line. Then I also see it from the side of, well, you can't babe him. He got to play at some point. You got to see what you got. And some people look at what's going on in Chicago. Man, that offensive line is bad. You think the Patriots' offensive line is bad? Look at Chicago's offensive line with Caleb Williams, and they got weapons. So that's probably what you're going to be looking at. They got all the toys to play with, but the offensive line is bad. He's getting safe through he got like 4 interceptions, I think. 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions through 3 games. Caleb Williams has not lived up to the number one overall pick. It's early, but he has not lived up to that yet. So far, and I just say last night, Jaden Daniels has been the best rookie quarterback so far. Bo Nix has struggled. I don't think Bo Nix had a touchdown. He don't have a passing touchdown. He got a bunch of interceptions. Caleb Williams got 4 interceptions, 2 touchdowns. Jaden Daniels got 2 touchdowns. He hasn't thrown a pick yet, and he has a couple of rushing touchdowns. So by far, Jaden Daniels is not even close to being the best quarterback so far for the class. Now, JJ McCarthy got hurt. We haven't seen Drake May yet, so that can change. I mean, it's only 3 weeks during the season. That can change. We might be singing a different tone by the end of the season. But as it sits right now, Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback. He looks the best, and it's not even close. And I don't even think he has like top weapons around him. I don't think he really has his Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry. That's all he really have. Caleb Williams got the best supporting cast, but the offensive line is not good. Offensive line is good. Bo Nix, he does have Cortland Sutton. He got a couple receivers. He got good play caller, but he's struggling. So Jaden Daniels really doing it with nothing. Really, he just when you take away Terry McLaurin, they don't have anything there in Washington. So I think Jaden Daniels, he's been the most impressive. I would thought it'd been Caleb Williams, but the offensive line is so bad. And like I said, I can see for both sides of the spectrum. You play Drake May, then you risk him getting hurt at the offensive line. If you don't play him, what is he learning behind Jacoby Brissett? So I can see it from both sides of the spectrum. So, going down the stretch is going to be interesting. But I do think we are approaching the time where he's probably going to be playing soon. And maybe week 5 home against Miami. I guess the Dolphins team is going to be without Tua for the next few weeks. So I've never been a person to say, hey, don't put him in this game. I think if he's ready to play, if he can play, you put him in any time. What's the difference in playing him next week and this week? The 49ers team, that's a good Niners team. They got Niners defense. But, if he's your guy, he's going to be playing against the Jets twice a year. And we just seen what that New York Jets defense can do. If he's your guy, he's going to be playing against teams like that. So I'm with the mindset, just throw him out there, whenever he's ready. It doesn't matter the opponent. But at least let the offensive line look better, be jailed for the most part. You got your pieces. You got the left tackle. I think the best offensive lineup probably going to be Caden Wallace, City Sal, Andrews, Onwenu, and then Wallace on the right side, Darren Lowe at left side. Let's go Layden Robinson, Andrews, Onwenu, and then Caden Wallace on the right tackle. That's the best 5 right there on the offensive line. That's what I feel anyway. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. I can't wait to see. But I think against the 49ers, I'm going to talk about it more as the week progresses. Got a special guest coming on Friday. We got to get them boys blocked. That's the main thing. If you don't get them blocked, you're going to be in trouble against San Francisco. And that might be the game Jacoby Brissett gets hurt. It could be. So, who knows, man. But that's going to wrap it up for tonight, man. I appreciate y'all doing. Make sure y'all hit that like button on YouTube. Please give me the thumbs up. Man, don't take but a second. Give me that thumbs up. On Facebook, make sure you share the content. like the video, but on YouTube, oh yeah, also I'm on Twitter too. Share the content, like the video. But please on YouTube, give me that thumbs up, man. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to Ken's Pat Talk. I really appreciate it. But that's gonna be it for tonight. I will be back on tomorrow night, man. I appreciate it, and y'all have a good one, Pats Nation.